Hello, my friends, and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. It has just been announced that Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher slash DH with the Los Angeles Angels, who was a free agent, has signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers a 10-year contract for $700 million. So, I wanted to share some thoughts about that signing and the concerns that I have about it and the concerns that I don't have about it. So we'll start with the concerns that I don't have about it. First of all, Shohei Ohtani really is that good. He is and to call him a generational talent, I think doesn't quite cover it. He established both his pitching and hitting credentials in the Nippon Professional Baseball League. He cemented those as an against international competition. And then he came here to the major leagues in the United States, and if anything, was even better than he was in Japan. So the first thing right off the bat is he really is that good, and the debate about that should be over. He is an incredible player. He's an all-time player. Now, Internet Guy is going to jump on the fact that he's going to have surgery and cannot pitch, but we know that in 2023, 2024, a second Tommy John surgery is not fatal, and he certainly is capable of returning to form both on the mound and, as he will continue to do, as an offensive force. Shohei Ohtani is an excellent base runner. He is an outstanding pitcher, and he is a gifted hitter. He can do literally everything, and on top of all of that, he has, by all accounts, an amazing work ethic, and he's a good teammate. So, the Dodgers got him, and I am certain that he will be getting the best medical care on his elbow surgery and rehabilitation that a human being can possibly get, given the investment the Dodgers have made in him. I am confident that he will rebound and return to greatness as a pitcher and continue his career this year as a DH only and into the future. He is now and should be the highest paid player in baseball. I do want to give the San Francisco Giants some credit, however, because they participated in the Shohei Ohtani bidding sweepstakes, and if their purpose was not to win those sweepstakes necessarily, but to drive the price up, they certainly did that. The Dodgers are paying through the nose, and the Dodgers already have, as you know, an incredible payroll to cover anyway. So what are the concerns that I have? Well, it's not about Ohtani. He's going to earn his money. And it's not necessarily about the Dodgers, although as an organization, at some point, there has to be a ceiling. There has to be a limit to how high the payroll can go. I don't know if we're there yet for the Dodgers, but I'm intrigued by what's going to happen to ticket prices and, all prices for Dodger merchandise, for food at Dodger Stadium, for the tickets, for the whole thing, the whole shebang. At some point, Dodger fan is going to have enough. That's number one. Number two, without a salary cap, without meaningful revenue sharing, although there is some, it's going to be increasingly difficult for other teams to compete against teams, the haves and the sort of haves. Can't really call them have-nots when your player payroll is north of 100 million, and those are the poor teams. But the haves and the have-lesses are going to separate even more as a result of this. Watch. Now, at some point, it's going to occur to casual baseball fan that his team cannot compete. At some point, prices for tickets, merchandise, and everything else is going to exceed what the baseball fan is willing to pay. At some point, baseball appears ready to crash and burn, and they're not going to be able to avoid that without a serious discussion between management and labor about revenue. Now, I think the biggest thing that baseball should be embarrassed about are really two things. One, the treatment and the payment to players who are retired in the pension plan. And number two, the way minor leaguers are not paid and not treated, and apparently Rob Manfred feels that they are very, fungible goods, that the minor leagues aren't that important. And I think that both of those are moral embarrassments for the game. But there's an economic problem hanging right in front of everyone, plain to see. And that is that at some point, fans will rebel and not pay what it is that is being asked of them in terms of ticket prices and for merchandise. And that'll be it. That will force, I guess, management and labor to get together and try and get on the same page to try and save the game. But at that point, it's going to be too late to do it. Because this isn't like the strike of 81 or the strike of 94, where eventually the fans come back. No, this time is going to be more serious and could be very detrimental, if not fatal, to the game. So while I wish Ohtani well, and I am confident that he will play well and, if anything, if it's possible, earn his money over the period of his contract, the contract itself represents a signal to the management and labor that they had better pay attention to, or the game is going to be, irretrievably unable to be fixed. Those are my thoughts. I welcome your comments below. Thank you and have a great evening. So long, everybody.